Desperate times call for desperate measures. What would you do to make money if you really needed it? There are unusual paths to financial success, and some people become very creative. They see a unique gap in the market and take advantage of it to fill it. It's a strange world, and things don't get more interesting until every day passes. So why wouldn't someone's money-making system follow the trend? Here are the top 9 weirdest things that people sell and actually make money in no particular order. 1. Air. Air is free to find in nature, and almost everywhere, isn't it? This is not always the case, depending on which part of the world you are in. Some parts are so dirty that some people would do just about anything to breathe fresh air. The costs are not so great in these cases. Air farming in fresh spaces is a solution to help people in polluted countries. Some enterprising people in the UK and Canada are cashing in by selling air, literally. For customers in China, the air in a bottle is a valuable possession and such relief for their lungs, which are usually exposed to smog. 2. Human waste. While this may sound crazy, one man's can be a life-saving life for another. Some patients suffer from Clostridium difficile, a bacterial infection that is stubborn and deadly and responsible for 15,000 US deaths in 1 year. Doctors can treat this with a fecal transplant. Healthy microbes from the human waste of a healthy person are placed inside the patient's intestines. This eliminates Clostridium difficile from their system. In 2015, a researcher at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT) sold his stool and earned about $1,000, but no one can qualify to be an open biome stool donor. You must undergo a thorough clinical evaluation and be free of infection. You also cannot go to a country where there is a risk of contracting diseases. You cannot be obese and should not have used antibiotics or illegal drugs within a specified time frame. 3. Professional mourning services. Funerals and burials are dark affairs, and those most affected by the loss are usually the relatives of the deceased. However, some people actually make money by selling professional bereavement services. They put up an act and cry on demand. People of professional bereavement research the person who has died so that they can learn to know and talk about them while they are crying. Professional bereavement services are common in African, Asian, and Hispanic countries. However, they are also gaining popularity across Europe and the United States. Some are known to charge different rates for crying and doing other activities such as rolling on the ground, threatening to jump into the grave, and actually jumping into the grave. 4. Breast milk. Yes, mothers sell breast milk at a reasonable price, and it is a lucrative business that has been around for quite some time. While this may seem appropriate for infants whose mothers cannot breastfeed, it is still at the top of the list of strange things that people sell for money. The World Health Organization recommends that infants obtain breast milk from other healthy mothers in case their biological mothers are unable to produce milk. So, yes, you can make money by selling your breast milk. There are sites like that that facilitate this sale. Yet we cannot completely ignore concerns about online breast milk customers. Whether it's for an adult with a fetish for human milk, we can't say. There are also medical concerns about the health of the breastfeeding mother selling her milk. 5. Toilet paper. Responding to the call of nature shouldn't really be a luxurious experience. Or should he? Some can go to the toilet just for a little peace and quiet. They will look at the wall or scroll on their phone while they do their business. But apparently, only time is not the only priority when people go to the toilet. Some people don't want to use anything but the best, even when it comes to toiletries. Some toilet paper manufacturers make luxury black, camouflaged or Sudoku tissue paper to appeal to different markets. An example of the most expensive toilet paper is Toilet Paper Man's $1.3 million 22-karat gold fabric. There is a demand for this fabric in Dubai, and it is considered the ideal choice for gold toilet papers, which are more like thrones. 6. Used underwear. For some, manipulating or having someone's underwear can be disgusting. However, for others, it's a fetish, and they may be willing to pay a higher price to get their hands on someone else's worn underwear. Apparently, there is a huge demand for underwear. The bigger they are, the greater the demand. This scary business thrives on selling worn-out women's underwear. You get a better price if the underwear is tight, worn, and has weird stains. Gross, right? A pair goes for about $50 at a fair price. What makes it more bizarre is the vast market available for these products. Japan had vending machines just for this company. Of course, the government shut it down, but only because it was men who wore women's underwear. 7. Selling real-life horror moments. For most of us, we like to keep our dark moments to ourselves. We rarely want to remember that time when life gave us a cruel hand. However, for others, this is an opportunity to make money. In fact, people are paid to tell and sell their moments of real-life misery to magazines and newspapers. As the old cliché says, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. It may not work for everyone, but for some, it's business as usual. These stories can range from your near-death experience, illness, or even your spouse's affair. Prices vary depending on the sensitivity of your story. It gets even scarier when agencies require you to produce photos or documentary evidence to validate your story. Of course, they'll publish them. Even if it sounds indelible, you can get between $200 to $2,000 for a single story. If you are more aggressive with your trading skills, you can convince a magazine and a newspaper in a joint agreement for your story. 8. Blood plasma. Plasma is the clear liquid in which other blood components such as platelets and red blood cells are suspended. That's why it's different from conventional blood donations. It takes a lot longer because doctors have to extract the plasma from the blood. Apart from the accomplishment of knowing that you are helping a sick person somewhere, you are also well paid